soldiers. They are now live in Okigwe right now, and the men of Biafra Liberation Army is engaging them man to man. Put call, you understand? And I want to use this opportunity to enlighten the people of Ako to be security conscious, because the enemy, the terrorists who are aiding the Fulanis of killing our people, they have come. The Fulanis in military uniform have come to kill people in Ako, in Ihube, in Omololo, in Arondi Zog, in Abobo, in all the axes that connect the Okigwe axis. So I want to be a friend, the international community, for them to understand there's a war that is going on now. I am reporting this information because there's a serious war that is going on now. And now this is not a cool evening. There's a very serious war. I want you to watch this camera, this video, and see how the war is going. The men of Gentle de Yahoo is doing the needful. The Biafra Liberation Army, the Omoma, they are doing the needful now. So it is time for the people of Okigwe to be security conscious. Guard your environment, guard your houses, guard everything about you. Watch and see, and share it to your loved ones. Happening live and direct in Okigwe right now. Today being the 18th July 2025.
All right. I watched this video earlier yesterday. That was after Nnamdi Kanu's court trial, the shambolic court trial of Nnamdi Kanu that was actually delayed to October. In as much as I don't want to talk about the issue of the adjournment of that trial, the reality is that every Biafran knows what the Zoo government are doing. But one thing I believe is they will get tired, because there won't be any other explanation to continue to remand Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody. But that is by the way. Now, This is the Biafran Defense Forces, who have been doing everything possible to secure the safety of Biafrans, and also not just that, giving out information. One thing people should understand is information is power. You know, knowledge is power, like they say, and this knowledge comes from information. It is when you get information that you are knowledgeable, but that is not a topic I want to discuss. Now, the Biafran Liberation Army make sure that they give out informations of this Zoo terrorist army. As you can see in that video, you will picture the Zoo army with their armories, you know, armor tankers and all kind of weaponry, penetrating into Biafran land, going into the forest, you know, going into even residential areas of people. Because if you zoom closely in that video, go back and zoom that video, you will see that there are residential buildings also within that place. And that is why when I hear people complain about insecurity, linking insecurity to the activities of the Biafran Liberation Army or the Eastern Security Network, I get mad, because it is as if you seeing the truth, you knowing the truth, then turning your eyes in opposite direction, you know, because you don't want to speak up, or because you're too scared and you're a coward to speak out. We all know what these people are doing in Biafran land. I went through the comment sections of this video, and what I saw was so baffling. In fact, so many people were like, why are they in the bushes? Why are they doing this defense? You know, this defense mechanism of fighting. Why don't they go and attack, you know, the Zoo terrorist army in the forest, in the barracks? And I just laugh. I look at these people and I laugh. With limited support, with limited equipment, these boys have been doing the needful in securing your land, and yet you're so ungrateful. You think it's easy. Most of you just come on social media and just peel out rubbish against these young men. You even call them criminals. You're calling the people who have, who have taken their life as sacrificial lamb to defend their people and fight for the freedom of their people. You call them criminals. I don't blame you. I don't blame you guys. You think you are safe because it is not coming to you. You think you are safe because you're in diaspora. Pray that you won't be you won't be a victim of the Zoo attack or Zoo genocide. The highest level of terrorism is being generated in the Zoo terrorist army. I think you've heard, the dismissed army guy, that is the Yoruba army guy that was dismissed in the Zoo army. You've heard how he has come out to expose the secrets of these people and the atrocious things that these people do on daily basis. Yet you still don't understand what we are fighting for. You don't understand the people we are fighting against. These young men should be given their credits, and you should be giving your support. Support. Information is power. That is why we always urge you to support us, even if it's sending us gift, special thanks. Do that and support. It will go a long way, because information is power. Please, for those of you within this axis that the young man mentioned, please try as much as possible to share this video, especially to those in diaspora. Biafran land. There is a WAR happening in Biafran land. It is when you know that you know. It is when you believe that you will find out the truth about the WAR war happening in Biafran land. Please start giving these guys their flowers rather. Now let us still go deeper into critical issues concerning, the major reason why the zoo government continue to keep Nnamdi Kanu. Before the end of the video, you'll be getting a very important information, a direct message from the Biafran Liberation Army, directly to the DSS concerning Nnamdi Kanu's, ordeal, and how they've kept Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody till October. They sent a very important message, and a strong one at that, and a message that will cause a lot of controversy if something is not done. Please make sure you share this video.
Don't have any answer. Why should Nnamdi Kanu stand trial? Why should he start the argument? Can you answer that? Or you want to play down the gravity of the crime committed against Nnamdi Kanu by the Federal Republic of Nigeria? You want to play it down? You want to play down such high level of crime? It is not possible. Before any argument will start, you have a question to answer. If you don't have the answer, take Nnamdi Kanu back to Kenya and compensate him with Biafra. The only compensation we need now is Biafra. Only. Now, however, Kanu, through his lead counsel, Chief Kanu Agabi-san, had faulted the prosecution of his client in the charges and asked the court to discharge and acquit him. You see, I did not read here. Honestly speaking, I love that, has faulted the prosecution of his client. Imagine. I haven't read it. I only read it now. Me and you, maybe I said because on the screen where maybe you must have read it before me. You listening to me, no, we keep because it has been on the screen since engineer Kwoku. You see, he faulted the prosecution of his client. Why wouldn't he fault it? It's fault. You can never build a house on a sand. You can't. Because once that house has a faulty foundation, it can never stand. There is no any amount of pressure or pillars that will make that house to stand. There's no amount of pillar you will give that house to make it stand. Once the foundation is faulty, it will never stand. So, Kanu Agabi-san, Chief Kanu Agabi-san, faulted the prosecution of his client. Yes, because it's faulty. You can't kidnap. That's why they just allow them to be bringing all those useless, so-called witnesses. And they are just looking at them laughing. They're not there for case. Nnamdi Kanu is not there for case. When you are done, you release him because there will be no case of Nnamdi Kanu. There will be no case. Because you cannot build a house on a faulty foundation. You can't. A house can never be built on a faulty foundation. Because no matter the pillars, it will never stand. It will stay fall because the foundation is faulty. You cannot commit a crime and expect Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial on top of your criminality. Nah. There's nothing like that. Now, among others, Agabi said that throughout the proceedings, no single witness was called to tell the court how was incited by Kanu to take to violence. You see? How was incitement by Kanu? How was incited by Kanu to take to violence? Yes, no evidence to prove that you say Kanu made a broadcast and people were unalive. You did not bring any evidence. You just said it. Do you bring any? Is there any connection to prove that we are doing this? The reason why we are unaliving this policeman is because Nnamdi Kanu told us to do so. Did you bring any evidence like that? You only play the broadcast. And then you began to tell George, Ejikwa 27, 100, 50, all those people that have been on alive in Kaduna. In fact, today now, as people were on alive, again, today, let me even look at that headline, because I've gotten another news today, that people have been on alive again in the same Plateau state. Today. Now, it's actually not quite long ago. Let me check that headline. So who told them to go and unalive them? Who told them? Who told them? Buhari, the late Buhari, said if what happened in 2020 what? In 2011, if what happened in 2011 happens again in 2015, the baboons and monkeys will be soaked in their blood. That was the word of the late Buhari. And in 2015, people were unalive. People have already begun to run helter-skelter, living in fears because of the word of Buhari. Who arrested Buhari and who kept him in custody to come and explain why he said what he said? Or are you going to say it is because Buhari said the monkeys and bamboos will be soaked in their blood? That means those that have been unalived were unalive because of Buhari's statement. You didn't say that. Nobody said it. Nobody can say it because there's no evidence. When those people were unalive, the killers did not say, we are unaliving this person because Buhari sent us to go and unalive that person. There was nothing like that. Even if they said it, it can still be propaganda, just to incriminate somebody or just to make somebody look evil. You have to still bring connection. You must bring conversations, direct conversation, direct communication, where that person sends somebody to go and unalive that person. If you don't have anything like that, then shut your mouth up. Now look at it. This is of course published by Punch News. I don't want to remove this one so we don't digress. You see, headers unalive Plateau farmers over grazing on millet farm. Headers unalive Plateau farmers over grazing on millet farm. Now, these headers brought their cattle to millet farm. I don't know where is millet farm, but it's in Plateau State. Brought their cattle to millet farm and they are grazing. Now, these farmers say, how can you graze on this farm? They were unalive. Today, 18th of July, 2025. They're not talking about it. It was reported by Punch. Let me give you the headline so you can check it yourself. In this place, we don't do propaganda. Anything we tell you is gospel. The headline, headers. When I say unalive, you already know what I mean. I don't want to be using the word because it's not good to the social media that we are using. Headers, unalive Plateau farmer over grazing on millet farm. Millet, the words, the spelling of that millet is M-I-L-L-E-T. M-I-L-L-E-T. Check it on your own. You'll see it. So who sent them? Awomolo. Who sent them to go and unalive them? Who sent them? Is it Buhari? Is it Tinubu? Tinubu kukwalunkie. Tinubu said his own in 1999. Mad people everywhere. Now, among others, Agabi said that throughout the proceedings, no single witness was called to tell the court how he was incited by Kanu to take to violence. You see, and now that the witnesses, no single witness was told the court how he himself, the witness, Boom. This is the bomb. This is now actually kita. Now I'm just understanding this. Now I read it before, but I didn't quite understand it. But I'm getting it now. That no single witness out of all the witnesses they brought, none of them said, I myself, me, myself, that I was incited by Kanu to take to violence or to go and commit crime. That I. Okay, that can go Talia. No witness told the court that I myself, as a witness, that Kanu incited me to take to violence. No witness did it. What they are telling us, oh, Kanu made a broadcast and people were unalive and people took to the street. People took to violence, this and that. They did not say, I am a witness that I took to violence because Kanu incited me. Nobody said it. At least that would have been a better evidence. Then with a video of his own, commitment. Forget we don't even need direct conversation between you and the Kanu. We don't need it anymore. Just show us video of your own participation in that violence. We want to see your own video of your own participation in that violence. Show us the video. Ka anyị malụ ma ị kwesịrị ịnọ nga ka ị kwesịrị ịnọ na court na-ekwu okwu incitement. No, nothing. You see? Nothing. But here they are. You see, you don't need a lot of words to destroy them. You don't need a lot to damage them. You just need few words. Just destroy yafa. Truth is the only thing that can stand the test of time. You don't need a lot. He also informed the court that the 5 witnesses called during trial, who are operatives of the Department of the State Services DSS, admitted that their roles were limited to obtaining statements from Kanu. Agabi argued that no investigation whatsoever was carried out on Kanu's statements, and no report of any investigation on terrorism allegations was made available to the court. You see? No report. There was no investigation whatsoever that was carried out on Kanu's statements, as they claimed that Nnamdi Kanu accepted whatever they said he accepted, even though the court quashed it. Yet, they did not make any investigation. And there was no report of any investigation. They didn't give any report. They did not tell the court that after the government leveled, act of terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu, that we, the DSS, the Department of State Services, or the police, or the army, that we carried out investigation to investigate whether Kanu is actually a terrorist. And this is the outcome of that investigation. There was nothing like that. If you find about what one idiot or claim more, I am a member of a DS. I'm a DSS operative. My name is capital DDD. My name is CCC. My name is 333. My name is TTT. I want to wear a mask because of security. How is a security operative fearing, to be known for security reasons? And you're a security operative. You cannot secure yourself. So if you cannot secure yourself, how can you secure others? If a security operative is fearing, people, is afraid of people for security reasons, how can you then secure the people? No be mad people full everywhere. It's mad people everywhere. The senior lawyer drew the attention of the court to the fact that the charges against Kanu were amended 8 times without anyone testifying that he was instigated to violence, without anyone The amendment took place 8 good times, but nobody, out of all the times they have been amending these charges for 10 good years now, nobody has come out to testify that they or he himself was taken to violence or was instigated to go to take to violence because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody, no one whatsoever, no evidence, nothing. Now, insisting that Kanu was only asking people to defend themselves, of course, from the wanton killings. Agabi argued that the threat to bring the war down by Kanu was a mere boasting and should not be used against him to justify terrorism offenses. Yes. He stressed that asking Nigerians to defend themselves was a constitutional right which had been re-echoed by other Nigerians, including General T.Y. Danjuma, retired. Oh, yes. And I will, of course, if I have my time, I will play that video if I have my time. Yes. Agabi also faulted the alleged solitary confinement of Kanu in the last 10 years, describing it as violations of international law that stated that solitary confinement must not last for more than 15 days. Let me take that again. Agabi also faulted the alleged, not alleged. It's not alleged. Are you not aware that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been kept in solitary confinement? Is it today? Is this what today? Are you not aware that even other inmates are not allowed to exchange, is great, but I'm looking for that the other word. There's the other word. Can somebody remind me? I'm talking about greeting, but there's the other word I'm actually looking for. Hi. Nah. Are you not aware this newspaper or Zoom media? Are you not aware that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not even allowed to exchange greetings, to say good morning to other inmates? That if anybody who does greet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will face punishment. Are you not aware? Is it not in the public? Why are you saying alleged? There's something like alleged. Agabi also faulted the solitary confinement of Kanu in the last 10 years, describing it as violation of international law that stated that solitary confinement must not last for more than 15 days. And this international law, Nigeria is signatory to it. That's why they do not respect the law. And this is the same thing that is happening in this Biafra struggle. The same thing. They do not respect the rule of law. So how do you want to take us to freedom when you don't respect the law? And you call yourself leaders. You call yourselves leaders. You don't respect the rule of law. The law that we made for ourselves. We cannot respect it. We cannot obey it. How do you intend? What do you want to show the world? I came out and I read charter and I interpreted it properly. No allegations, no wrong interpretations, and no inclusion of any other thing that is not in the charter. No inclusion of any other article that is not within the charter that I read. And people came against it. And you are looking for freedom, yet you cannot obey your own law. Shame, we will never allow the zoo to happen to us. We won't allow Nigeria to repeat in Biafra. It is not possible. Whether you like it or not, it can never happen. Nigeria can never happen to us in Biafra. They do not obey the law, and you want to give us freedom. You disobeyed your own law. You bypassed your own law, and somebody came to read it and interpreted it, and you are against it. You are angry at that person. Are you normal? Do you really need freedom? How could you be against your own law that you all signed into law? You are against it. You bypassed it. You did something very, very bad and against that your law, that your own law. You did something that's against. Somebody came and brought back your mind. Somebody came and said, no, 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 no. This is not what we have in our rules. This is what our law says, which all of you are signatory to it, and you are against it. Are you normal? Are you insane? Do you really need freedom? What do you want to put out there? What do you want to tell the world? That look, we are a lawless country. We want to build a lawless nation. And you want the world to listen to you. You want the world to hear you. You want the world to pay attention to your nonsense. Why you are telling the world that you want to build a lawless country, that you can't even respect your own law that you made. You went against it. You went against your own law, and you are planning to build a country. Shame on all of you. Anybody who is against the charter that I read and analyzed, shame on you. If you don't deserve freedom. You do not deserve freedom, because if you deserve freedom, you would know that we must be coordinated. And what coordinates us is our rules and regulations, especially when government is involved. Oh, yes. We have coordination. And once you go against it, you are done. You are done and dusted. You are out. I'm ashamed. Sometimes I see people say, they even call me a charter man, and thinking that I will be faced. I am not faced. I am not faced. I love it when you call me charter. Let it be my legacy. It is part of my legacy in this very struggle. Our children will know that there's a man who interpreted the law when some people wanted to sell the struggle. Oh, yes, it is in our history already. So call me the Chatterman. Never stop calling me the Chatterman. I love it. It is my own legacy. It's part of my legacy in this very struggle. No one else did it apart from me. I'm the only one who did it. So call me Chatterman till the kingdom come. I love it. I love it. I enjoy it. Please make sure you write Chatterman in my. Somebody please write Chatterman. Write it in my comment section, please. If you love what we are doing, write Chatterman now, please. Very, very important. Delunum Chatterman. In fact, add the Biafra Unite the Chatterman. Add the like that. Biafra Unite the Chatterman. From today, I have adopted that name. Biafra Unite the Chatterman. Adopt I have adopted it, the Chatterman. Biafra Unite the Chatterman. Write it in the comments. If you love what I'm doing, Delum Nyabiko, Biafra Unite the Chatterman. Delum Nya. Don't mind whether me the telo Chatterman, just write it for me. Biafra Unite the Chatterman. It is my legacy. I am happy that I am the one who interpreted the charter. And that stopped the criminality of Ngozi Orabueze. Whether you like it or not, it ended it. All those nonsense. If with that charter, you see that charter, we will all come back to that charter. By the time Azisamoneba comes out, we will definitely 101,000,000% sure we will all come back to that same. You see that charter na also na so na for that charter na so na for ya sabo no chanine. All that same charter kai do ebezi ba. Whoever that went against that charter is out, completely out. No matter what, once you go against that charter, you are out, because it's our law. We made it. We made it to govern ourselves. You cannot go against that charter and you think you are still in the struggle. It's not possible. I want you to mark it somewhere today. By the time Mazi comes out, Mazi Simon Ekpa comes out, we will all go back to that chapter. If we don't open the America, if I'm going next time, more money. In fact, don't listen to me again. Anytime I phone up a studio to speak, don't come. I am giving assurance, don't come. If we do not go back to that charter, it's not by force, so I am not the one forcing it, but it is a must, because that I know that is where we are coming from. I know that is where we're heading. It is our law, it's our rule and regulation. So you can't deny it. You cannot say, hey, because those who wrote it, those that wrote it, and those that signed it into law, they already seen and they know what they wanted to do. That's why they agreed to it. So you cannot come and tell me, hey, because you are going to so we have to bypass our law. Are you insane? Because some people want to steal money, some people want to run away with money, so you have to bypass your law. No be juju be that. No be. How do you? Can you make it make sense? Can you make it make sense? Mad people everywhere, make it make sense. We want to know. Because Ogenkere want to run away with money. Ogenkere has already created his own cabal within the government. He wants to run away with money. Then Ngozi Orebeze will now come and bypass our law. And I call that kind of and when anything like that. Ogenkere plan run away with lawyer. Then organize the cabinet and vote him out. Opugo. And the struggle continues. You don't dissolve a government and on a podium in order for you to form another government in exile, thereby deceiving people you are now a sovereign nation while you are still in exile. And arrogant in expect no ya continue. Nah, there's nothing like that. You cannot form a government in exile on top of another government in exile. That means you are not in the struggle. You are not here. You are not with us. You are up. You are off. Completely off. And everybody moving forward. Now we are going to continue, but I want to ask your permission to ease myself. I want to ease myself, so I'm going to use this song to keep you company while I ease myself.